Hey, what's up guys, my name is Ramen or Bagel Dolphin and welcome back to another video. So today we're just going to be running some quick teams mode with Terrible Zach and Master Builder, you know, he's cool. Anyway, let's get straight into the video. So before things start, I just wanted to bring up the fact that Vegan M and Vegan Tim actually partook in 2 of the builds in this video. Now, I'm not gonna mention what the placements were, but I just wanted to say you should stick around and see how we did against them. However, they did request that we did not include their builds inside of this video. But if you do want to see their builds, not particularly these builds, but just them building in general, be sure to subscribe to them because they actually have a new channel that has grown insanely fast with 75 subscribers in 2 days. So yeah, go subscribe to their channel if you're interested in seeing some good builder content. They are a very strong team. I can definitely confirm that, having gone against them. So yeah, let's get back into just the building process of this dinosaur. So dinosaurs are dead, but you know, we like to think that dinosaurs are a fantasy creature, but to think that they were once walking around where I sleep today is kind of just, you know, it hurts a little bit to think about that, you know, because I don't want to die, but alright, that got dark. Anyway, let's get back straight into the build. As you can see, I am just taking the shape of this dinosaur and making it more organic, as I would really love to say, but more in particular, I'm just making the body not skinny, because if it's skinny, it's a noodle, and now we love noodles and all, like especially Ramen smash sub, you know, but noodles are cool when they're supposed to be noodles, but this is a dinosaur. It's like literally the exact opposite from a noodle. So we decided not to make a noodle, or maybe at least like an udon noodle, like a fat noodle, you know, so that this dinosaur actually has a little bit of shape. And I think we did a pretty good job at doing that, like especially with the underbelly and everything. It had a really nice gradient and color palette and everything, so I'm pretty happy with this build. So adding some very dangerously sharp looking teeth, I also added a tongue to the dinosaur, and the threatening, menacing face was now complete. So I don't know why I decided to do this, but I also decided to add some spikes on the back of this dinosaur, which were yellow. So I'm not sure how I feel about this, but since it already happened, I'll take it. So yeah, there we go. Dinosaur, easy, 2 fists, and there's the build complete. Added some leaves, because Leaf Nation, and here's a better look at our build. Now, personally, I think this dinosaur was really well built. The back of the tail was a little bit flat and fat, but that's okay, because we still won with 144 points. Very cool. Now, the next team was Boat. However, I realized that in our lobby, Vegan Tim and Vegan M were in our lobby, well, in the game. And they're, like, good at building, so we had to try a little bit more than usual, at least. So we started to place out the boat, and we decided to go big. As you can see, I literally filled almost the entire plot with a skeleton of this boat, and so eventually Terrible Zach got into filling this, but it's a pretty cool build. So for a boat, what I really like to do is just build out the framework and then fill in the rest of the inside. Now, the reason this is like really useful is because for a boat, the design or the shape is like more complicated in other builds. So if you don't actually do this, your boat can end up looking really flat and angular, which is not something that you want. And especially with these kind of boats, if you just build a diagonal and spam, nobody will say much about it because it just looks right. So yeah, that's exactly what we did. I spammed out, I helped out Terrible Zach a little bit before moving on to my own masts. Now, this mast is designed by, well, I think it's a design by Mr. Shy, because he participated in my building competition that I'm hosting that will be ending within less than a week. But pretty much he built out this mast and he showed me a picture of it, and I was like, that's a very cool color for Ramen Nation. So I used the same mast. It's Canada colors, YouTube colors, Ramen Nation colors, you know, it's cool, red and white. But after finishing this mast, I also connected the 2 masts together using another white string of wool. String makes wool, right? Like 4 string. Or anyway, I'm not a Minecraft veteran. Actually, I kind of am. Anyway, that's beside the point. Let's just get into the building process of this boat, because boats are complicated and very difficult to get right. So as you can see, Terrible Zach was still stuck filling this entire thing because he's a very good spammer, but this is just such a big build that was practically impossible. But eventually it was actually done, so we decided let's just be build battle players and not worry about actual shape and just spam some octopus tentacles reaching into the boat and grabbing whatever survivors are alive. And after this, the 7-minute build was pretty much complete, and I think we were pretty proud of this as well, because this boat it's massive, it's big, and it's like almost the entire thing. We're just missing the back of the boat, and got a legendary, fairly so, because this is one of the best teams mode boats I've ever built, and as you can see, we beat Vegan M and Vegan Tim by 40 points. Very proud. Although their boat was very great, I can't show you their build, but despite that, let's just move on to the third game, because anymore to say I'm just gonna get egotistical and say some weird things. But anyway, let's talk about the bridge, which is our last round. Now, Vegan M and Vegan Tim were still in the game, and despite the fact that we beat them last round, this game was still just as frightening because, I mean, we beat them last round, they could still beat us this round. And originally I wanted to build a fantasy bridge, but Terrible Zach suggested this quartz bridge. I'm like, you know what, it's pretty cool. And since this video is for you or about you, we're just gonna follow you. So we went with the quartz bridge, but I have to say this bridge was a little bit small and not that wide. So I decided, you know what, I have to over detail a little bit. So with this over detailing, I just added these foundations onto the bottom of some pillars, and well, 4 pillars in particular. And with these foundations, I also built a tower, like a suspension bridge tower, but not quite because it's quartz and it's not actually a suspension bridge. You know, it's not really a suspension bridge, yeah. So we kind of built a suspension bridge, but it has a towers, okay? It doesn't matter, it looks cool. And anyway, so we built these towers, well, I built these towers up, and these towers were just meant to decorate, because without these towers, the build would look very bland and wouldn't actually have the effect we would want on the audience. So, because this build was small, I decided to over detail. So I just repeated the same design on the other side, because towers are cool, and if you have towers, you are also cool. So, yes, smash like if you like towers. Thanks for smashing like. So with this tower built up and the other tower also built up, I guess all there was left to do was just pretty much over detail. However, mimicking the tower on the other side was very painful because the build wasn't symmetrical. I don't know why or how we managed to mess this up, but the build wasn't symmetrical, but I don't think anybody noticed, so that's okay. And once we got this part of the build done, essentially the time was also up for the build, so we didn't actually get to do all this much with the build. And to be honest, it was probably because it was over detailed. Nevertheless though, with 10 seconds left, and 3, 2, 1, here's a better look at our build. And I see a lot of people holding legendary, and fairly so. We got 164 points, and Vegan M and Vegan Tim unfortunately didn't get onto the leaderboards. However, I guess that means we beat them twice. Very cool. That doesn't mean they're bad builders though. I'm pretty sure that was majorly because we tryharded and there was a lot of luck in this game, and okay, I'm not gonna make excuses for them. I guess we did beat them fairly and squarely, but you know what? That's beside the point. Link in the description, go subscribe to their channel and watch their videos because they are a cool pair and you will really enjoy their content, whether it's because of their building or because of their comedy. So yeah, go check out their channel, and besides that, be sure to smash like and subscribe to my channel as well. Well, not like my channel, but like this video. But anyway, you get what I mean. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in the next video, I guess. Bye!